So, when we're doing 1 times 10 to the minus 2 multiplied by 3.4 times 10 to the 5, the way that we should think is 1 times 3.4 is just 3.4 multiplied by 10 to the 5 minus 2. That's how easy it is. 5 minus 2 is 3, of course, giving you an answer of 3.4 times 10 to the power 3. That's the technique. Multiply the numbers first by themselves. Then when it comes to the powers, you add or subtract the powers. So if it's 5 and a minus 2, then it's 5 minus 2. This one, same thing. You do 4 divided by 2, which you know is 4 divided by 2 is 2, times 10 to the, and when it's a division, you subtract the bottom power from the top one. 2 minus 4. 10 to the power of 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is minus 2, so it equals 2 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Then I told you that when we've got powers of, this one means 1 times 10 to the minus 2 times 1 times 10 to the minus 2 times 1 times 10 to the minus 2. Whoa. Because this means that this power is cubed, and anything cubed means that number multiplied by itself 3 times. Now you've got them all in a row. You know that 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And you have to the power of minus 2 minus 2 minus 2, which is 1 times 10 to the power of minus 6. I also told you that when it was powers like this is the only time you're allowed to multiply instead. So 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. So you could have skipped this middle stage and got 1 times 10 to the minus 6 by multiplying the power 3 by the negative 2. So that's a little quick cheat for when it comes to multiplying powers. Then I wanted you to convert this one to proper scientific notation. It means one number, one decimal point. 870 is the same as 8.7 times 100. This part here. Times 10 to the 5. 100 is the same as 10 to the 2. So it's 8.7 times 10 to the 2 times 10 to the 5. Which is 8.7. The 5 and the 2 get added here. Times 10 to the power of 5 plus 2. Giving you 8.7 times 10 to the power 7. And these are the middle steps that you have to do to be able to get it in that notation. You don't need to show the working. Some of you can do it directly. But for those of you that are new to the idea of scientific notation, these are why you end up with that answer. And I've asked you to do this one then in scientific notation. Well, you know that that is the same as 2.3 times 10 to the minus. We're going to move the decimal point back from where we want it to be at 2.3. We've got to go here. How many steps? 1, 2, 3. We've got to go 4 steps backwards to put the 2 in the right place. So it's going to be 2.3 times 10 to the minus 4. And these things are exactly the same number. This number here, 2.3 times 10 to the minus 4, means 0.00023. 15 megawatts. Well, I showed you how to do that, that wherever you see the sign mega, you use the symbol for mega. And on your paper was the fact that mega is the same as times 10 to the 6. So wherever you see the sign mega, you replace it with its real number. 15 times 10 to the 6. But I asked you to convert it to scientific notation, so you're not finished yet. You should convert that to 1.5 times 10 to the 7 watts. 15 can be converted to 1.5 times 10. That gives you 10 to the 1 plus 10 to the 6, giving you 10 to the 7. Then it says convert 150 kilowatts to megawatts. Well, in order to do that, you have to first convert your 150 to normal watts. So that 150 times 10 to the power 3 watts. Replacing my kilo sign with its real number, 10 to the 3. I'm not ready now because in order to convert it to megawatts, I have to have something that says 10 to the 6. And I don't have 10 to the 6 yet. So first, I would convert it to scientific notation. This will be equivalent to 1.5 times 100 times 10 to the 3, which will be 1.5 times 10 to the 5. I still don't have it as 10 to the 6 there, so I'm not ready. I have to actually divide by another 10 to give 0.15 times 10 to the 6. I go one step backwards here, that gives me one extra power up here. So this is how many watts it would be. Now I have 10 to the 6 here, so it equals 0.15 megawatts. 0.15 megawatts. The next question was, how many more hours can an 8-watt light bulb shine if a 40-watt light bulb shines for 1 hour? Well, we need to know how many more times the light bulb for 8 watts will shine. If we divide 40 watts by 8, we'd get 5 hours. But the question was how many more hours? So if the 40-watt bulb shines for 1 hour, the 8-watt bulb will shine for 5 hours. How many more hours will the 8 bulb shine for? 5 minus the 1 of the 40, giving you 4 hours. Bulb shines for 4 hours. More. Okay.